Good afternoon. Our lecture for this afternoon will be on the National Immunization Program, which I'm sure is quite similar to your immunization program in India. So, the program of immunization changes would be that expanded program of immunization is changed to the National Immunization Program. It includes a separate NIP annotation. The Japanese encephalitis vaccine is included in the recommended vaccine group. Quadrivalent influenza vaccine is included in influenza vaccine recommendation, and your HIB recommendation for high-risk children included in vaccines for high-risk and special groups. So remember these changes. So this is the childhood immunization schedule. So we all know that at birth, we give BCG and hepatitis B. And then at 6 weeks, we give hepatitis B, the HIB, the PCV, etc. Following the schedule of immunization recommended by the government. This is another visual regarding the schedule of giving of vaccines for children 1 year and below. So we give it at birth, 6 weeks, 2.5 months, 3.5 months, then 9 months, and then 1 year. A school-based immunization program to provide catch-up doses for school children and adolescents has been established. So this is measles and rubella and tetanus diphtheria administered to grade 1 and 7 students enrolled in public schools. HPV is given to female children 9 to 10 years old at health facilities in priority provinces. Quadrivalent HPV 2 doses are given at 0 and 6 months. This newly added Japanese encephalitis is given subcutaneously and given at a minimum age of 9 months. Children 9 months to 17 years of age should receive one primary dose, followed by a booster dose 12 to 24 months after the primary dose. Individuals 18 years and or older should receive a single dose only. So why is it included? Because Japanese encephalitis have been shown to have increased casualties at areas of risk, which include the Philippines. And it even includes India. So a systematic review showed that the epidemiology of Japanese encephalitis is very much increased. So these are the endemic areas of your Japanese encephalitis. So it's endemic in the Philippines and responsible for 7.4 to 40% of meningitis encephalitis syndrome. It affects predominantly children younger than 15 years old, and it has a high case fatality ratio at 8 to 15.3%. And those who survive have significant neurologic sequelae. On January 2011 to March 2014, there were 1,032 suspected cases of Japanese encephalitis. 497 cases tested were not confirmed. So results from the 6 surveillance and epidemiologic studies, swine and other animal surveillance as well as mosquito surveys confirm circulation of the JE virus across all regions of the Philippines. Influenza, so trivalent influenza vaccine is given IM or subcutaneous. If it's quadrivalent, it is given intramuscular. Minimum age is at 6 months. So the dose of influenza vaccine is 0.25 ml for children 6 months to 35 months and 0.5 ml for children 36 months to 18 years. So children 6 to 8 years receiving influenza vaccine for the first time should receive 2 doses separated by at least 4 weeks. If only 1 dose was given during the previous influenza season, give 2 doses of the vaccine, then 1 dose yearly thereafter. Children aged 9 to 18 years should receive one dose of the vaccine yearly. Annual vaccination should begin in February or usually when the influenza vaccine comes out. For the high risk, we give HIV. So this is given intramuscularly. So on children on chemotherapy with asplenia, HIV infection, immunoglobulin or early complementary deficiency. For children 12 to 59 months, we give this to children who are unimmunized or with one dose HIV received before age 12 months. Give 2 doses of HIV vaccine 8 weeks apart. 2 doses of HIV before 12 months. We give additional dose. So children greater than or less or equal to 5 years old who received a booster dose during or within 14 days of starting chemotherapy treatment should receive a repeat dose of the vaccine at least 3 months after completion of therapy. So children who are hematopoietic stem cell transplant recipients should be re-immunized with 3 doses of HIV vaccine 6 to 12 months after transplant 8 weeks apart. So unimmunized children aged 15 months and older undergoing elective splenectomy give one of HIV-containing vaccine at least 14 days before procedure. Give 1 dose of HIV vaccine to unimmunized children 5 to 18 years old who have anatomic functional asplenia and HIV infection. Your dengue vaccine is tetravalent dengue serotypes 1 to 4. This is a live attenuated vaccine and this is given from 9 to 45 years, 0.5 milliliters sub-Q at 3 doses with interval of 0, 6, and 12 months. So dengue vaccine is school-based and was given to 1 million eligible children in 3 regions. These would be grade 4 pupils, 9 years and above, enrolled in all public schools in Region 3, 4A, and NCR. So 3 doses of dengue vaccine will be provided at 6 months interval, and screening and quick help and consent should be done. So in 2015, there was a shortage of vaccine of DTaP vaccines in the private sector. Affected countries were ASEAN regions as well as globally. So if there's a vaccine shortage, we prioritize those who follow scheduling, ensure that minimum interval and minimum age. So we give first to the infant primary series, then to the first toddler booster, then to the preschool booster. So infant first dose and second dose first before the third dose. So in short, we give protection to those who haven't been protected yet and to the vulnerable age group, which is the younger children. So if supply is lacking, 2-dose regimen instead of 3 doses with 2-month interval between doses are given. 2-dose primary series should receive booster of 11 to 12 months at 2+1 schedule. If the alternative is available containing the same antigens, 3-dose infant primary series is prioritized over the 2-dose series. So vaccine substitutions are as follows. So DTaP, IPV, Hep B, and Hib could be exchanged for DTaP, IPV, Hib with Hep B, DTaP, IPV with Hep B and Hib. DTaP, IPV, and Hib could be changed with DTaP, IPV with Hib, and DTaP, IPV, Hep B, and Hib. DTaP and IPV could be exchanged for DTaP plus IPV and Hib. DTaP IPV could be exchanged for DTaP IPV and TD and IPV. You should use the same brand as much as possible. So, schedule flexibility. So, if you delayed the first dose, you should start the series ASAP and follow the schedule as indicated. The second dose should be given as close to the 2-month interval. Infants receive 2 doses with interval more than 2 months. No available third dose. Third dose may be omitted but should have preschool booster vaccination. If less than 2 months, third dose should be given as soon as possible. For your toddler booster dose, 3-dose primary series as close to 24 months as possible. 2-dose primary series as close to 12 months as possible. So this is the end of our vaccination lecture. Thank you for listening. For more lectures, please subscribe and check our YouTube channel once in a while. Thank you.